Acorn Christian Healing Foundation and our patron, since we were founded as being the Archbishop of Canterbury, so I bring you greetings from Rowan Williamson, who knows I'm here and safely out of the country. I don't know why he would do that, because I don't have a very good track record when it comes to healing women in churches. In fact, when I was a student at the Fundamentalist Evangelical Bible College in the 1960s, I went to preach at a holiness mission in a little town called Warrington. We actually call this purgatory, because you left the college at 9 o'clock in the morning, you got a bus that did a tour of Lancashire, and then ended up in this little fizzly little town. You arrived usually halfway through the afternoon service, which was crammed full of about 9 people over 80 years of age. And you look onto the platform, which was wall to wall, and the pulpit was the doorway, and you went up on the pulpit, and Mr. Evans ran the door shut, and you were locked into that pulpit till you were done. When you were done, you went back to his house and had a lovely tea. He was a lovely guy, and he would tell you how the 1904 revival hit the place, and it's never been the same since. Then you go back in the evening, and you had more people, about 10, who were there. Now, I was a very arrogant so-and-so, and having got no response from the congregation in the afternoon, decided to turn up the temperature of my sermon in the evening. So I thought I'd do a subtle talk on hell. And I was preaching away there, and there was 2 old dears on the front row. And I really thought I was getting their attention, because their mouths slowly started to open in little jagged moments. Like this. So I was thinking to myself, hey, we might get a result here. And I did, they fell asleep. I got so angry about this, I actually punched and pummeled my little preaching desk a bit heavier, and I don't know what it was, but something happened on the full length of this solid wooden pulpit frame. It started falling. And the old couple on the front row knew something was wrong when it got to 45 degrees. And I gave them 10 out of 10 for effort, because they leapt off their seats like a greyhound coming out of the track, and they tried to stop this thing, but it was too much for them to fall. They went straight through the floor. Now, I was told no matter what happens, Russ, preach the word in season. Make every effort to preach the gospel. So, with the dust of years hitting the ceiling, I'm still preaching about hell. Sitting down here on one of those organ consoles with knee pads and stuff, is the organist sitting there like this with a smart something or other preacher coming in. Who do you think you are? Till he noticed, and he must understand this rightly, till he noticed his organ was moving. Moving down into the basement of his church. First time I've ever seen anybody abandon an organ. The meeting was now well and truly over. I went home only to be summoned by the Bible College principal, Mr. Stanley Banks, the following morning, to be told that Mr. Evans had been on the phone, telling what had happened. And that I would like to know that they called in a building inspector who had just condemned the building and was about to pull it down. I actually think I did them a favour. They got a brand new building out of it, I can assure you. We have 2 great readings about loving the church. We have this one that begins a dialogue with 7 churches from Jesus. It's very clinically executed. I hope to tease some of that out in the 2 hours I've been allotted for my talk. It's very clinically executed. It's easy to get into the rhythm of it. You've noticed it yourself. You're not there. You know that there's a repeated pattern, but it's actually a clinical exercise of bringing the church to a place of awareness, revelation, and transformation. Awareness, revelation, and transformation of its story. And I love that other passage which I threw on you right at the last minute, but you did brilliantly, thank you. This passage occurs 3 times in the New Testament. I call it the presentation passage, the one from Ephesians 5 that was read for us. Let me remind you. Jesus Christ loved the church, so you do the same. He loved the church and gave himself up for her in order to make her holy by cleansing her with the washing of water by the word, so as to present the church to himself in splendor, without a spot or wrinkle or anything of the kind. Yes, so that she may be holy and without blemish. I love the passion in this passage. I love the ardor of Jesus in these passages. You might not know where your church is going. I'm not necessarily now referring to your denominational battles and otherwise, but the church that you're a part of. But this is your final destination, you know. You ain't seen nothing yet. No matter what revivals you might have been through. And let's have more of that, God. Whatever amazing miracles of healing, and I will take all that's going. But it's nothing compared to when we all get to see him face to face. There'll be no blemishes there. Do you know something? We even get a brand new body. So we won't be able to walk around heaven saying, this was the leg that got lengthened. Brand new body. The only one who's got a body with telltale marks on it is Jesus Christ. He carries his scars into eternity. But we are going to be presented before this throne without spot, wrinkle, or blemish. Does sound like a makeover, doesn't it? Or what the bride goes through before a wedding. Have you guys ever had the temerity to nip into your fiance's house 1 hour, or 2, or is it 3? I don't know how long you take to do this. But getting ready for your wedding and just see what's going on. I sneaked in and had a look through the window. Naughty of me, I know. And I saw this scurrying of people running around my prospective wife, all attending to her. So she's ready for the big day. Am I exaggerating this? But is this going to be our experience too? Yeah. Not when we get there. That's the final destination of what God's going to do. But he attends to us now. It's not a quick fix as we make it across the Rubicon of heaven's corridor. He's attending to us now. Everything that he does amongst us is to get us closer to this moment of being presented to himself, or in other examples, before the Father's throne. So every ouch moment, every conviction experience, every challenge to the way you be and do church isn't because he's having an off day and England only drew with Algeria. He's not doing it for that reason. He won't settle for less than the full-blown version of the body of Christ being presented in those days. You have to start this talk with that because we have a lot of problems in the church. And it's nothing to do with being fallen human beings necessarily. It's to do with the woundings that we never attend to, that we bury deep in the narrative of the church, only for its weeds to pop up in a recycling moment. My first time as an Anglican rector was in a coal mining town in Leicestershire. I'll tell you the truth, the reason I went there, I didn't go for all the right reasons, I have to be honest. But one of the reasons that clinched it for me was on the curricula vitae of this church. It proclaimed you had a monthly healing service. Now you're all wise birds and eagles, and you know that curricula vitae don't usually mean what they say. When it says we want a rector who's good with children, it's usually someone who can keep them in their place. Someone who's adaptable, in other words, has all the freedom to do what we tell them. Things like this. I come to this church. I can't wait for my first healing service. I'm involved in the healing ministry within 1 week of getting converted. My first experience, incidentally, if you're interested, was delivering a 17-year-old boy from demonic possession in a canteen with 700 students in it. It was a very public experience. That was my baptism of fire into the healing ministry.